In this video, what we're going to do is take a closer look at bot templates, and it's important that you use these and understand how they work and how variables are being used and data types, etc. So what we'll do is very quickly look at the bots that are available and figure out how to best utilize them. So first, the process is that you select a template, and notice there are 5 templates. Let's suppose there's this airline service system. Automate an airline customer service experience for flight reservations and deliver a faster, more connected omni-channel experience. So we have the auto insurance and financial solutions, telecommunications, and retail orders. Um, and what you'll find is that once you select a template, you're going to create the bot in your Amazon account. So in order to do that, this CloudFormation template runs and generates the resources. Now, uh, that is a group of services that are configured to support what we need here. And then you could, once you create that stack, you can try your bot. So, so keep in mind that you want this CloudFormation configured properly. You want to test the bot. You want to update the CloudFormation test the bot. You might want to remove the stack and start over again. So I just went through this experience, uh, and what I found was that that the LexBot was integrated with my Amazon Connect instance, and it it all worked in that sense. But when I went to delete the stack, certain things didn't get deleted, and I can't stand when that happens. But this is the way of the world. So these are real life examples, and what we're going to do is we're going to try using one of these bots. So what I do is I create the bot. Um, Now, when I go and create the bot, like I said, I will get a stack, and it'll try to connect with my Amazon Connect Contact Center instance. And the goal is to make sure that we can test the bot and make sure that it's integrated properly with the Connect instance. And this is some sample data that I got when I went to create the bot. So let's try to do it. Let's create the bot. It's an airline services bot, and inside the template there's a series of intents. So the customer is either going to book a flight, they want to get the flight status, they want to get the reservation details, they want to cancel the flight, etc. So these are different intents that are integrated, that are going to be created with this bot. And here's the sample data I was just showing you. Um, this is the sample data that's going to come with it. And I'm going to need it because I just went through this and it was asking me for a frequent flyer number and I didn't have it. And it really needs a number. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, so what else? Um, it's going to create DynamoDB table. It's going to create Lambda functions, and it's going to integrate it with it's going to create a contact flow, and so you need to integrate that with your Connect instance. So let's see what the sample conversation might look like. And don't try this at home. It doesn't take this frequent flyer number, but the sample conversation is, I want to book a flight. What's your frequent flyer number? Now keep in mind that I just looked in the DynamoDB table. The frequent flyer number was not there. So I don't know where it's being stored. I don't know whether the Lambda is getting it dynamically and doing some validation. At the moment, I don't know. Uh, but that's why when we go to this test data, I'm going to try this frequent flyer number, because this sample data is giving me 2 data sets to try. Okay, so let's go back over here and and like I said, I don't really care about the sample right now, sample compensation. But I do know that when I book a flight, the data is being stored in the DynamoDB table. There's a contact flow which is going to be integrated with my Amazon Connect instance. There's some lambdas there, but they're not called. It doesn't seem like they're directly called from the contact flow or the Connect instance. I think it's called directly from the Lexbot, but we'll verify that. So there's two Lambda functions. And the reason why I said that is because when you create this instance, the Lambda functions are not associated with the Connect instance. They look like they're associated with the Lexbot, but we'll double check that. So let me see if this works. Okay, so it's using the stack name. It's using a bot name. It's using a business logic function name. It's using a database table name. And let's see, it's looking for my Connect instance. So let me go over here and get my Connect instance ARN, which is here. So I have to be in the same Amazon account, blah, blah, blah. So let's go back over here. Uh, where was I? Uh, this is the CloudFormation stack. It's looking for this instance name, and it's going to reference a contact flow. So after this happens, I expect to see this contact flow in my Connect instance. And I expect I'm going to be looking around for those lambdas, and I'm gonna say, is the contact flow calling the lambda? Is the Lexbot calling the lambda? What is going on here? So I'll be trying to understand that, and I could probably look at the cloud formation and and determine what's happening. But right now, I'm just trying to understand what this thing is doing. So if this works, it'll be great. It did work a minute ago, but when I went to delete the stack, it didn't work. But let's move forward. Let me try to create the stack. Okay, so the create is in progress. Okay, so now I'm going over to DynamoDB, and the reason, let's see, let's go to DynamoDB. Where's DynamoDB? Let's go to Dynamo. Okay, created my airline database, and it created it and loaded it with data. But let's see what's in there. Explore items, define the read and write capacity. I don't think it loaded the data yet. And count to 0. Okay. So now let's go back over here to see what's going on. The creation is in progress, and basically, I mean, this is the beautiful thing here that all these things are being created. If you had to write this code, it would take you a while. So basically, that's one advantage of using this template. You get the CloudFormation template with it. Okay, so these things were created. Let's take a look at, let's see what resources were created. This connect import function. It's it's got to import a Lambda function, and it's got to be associated with connect. And this isn't an import function. It should be importing the data to the table. This created the table. So I'm very happy that I'm seeing this because I don't want to see any problems with me using an out-of-the-box template. Okay, so let's go back over here and take a look at this again. Tables, explore data items. There's no items yet. Oh, here's the items. So keep in mind that when you look for items in DynamoDB, the first thing that's happening is it's getting imported. It's going into one data node, and then it's getting replicated into all the data nodes. So it's eventual consistency, and you're querying something. You're trying to get the data for that particular table, and so this doesn't surprise me. Okay, so let's look at the data real quick. Let me just look at one of these things, and it seems like what happened. Hmm. I didn't want to do that. I want to explore items. Uh, this is not good news because I just did this and the table was there. So that is not good. Why would it do that? Oh, it rolled back. Something happened. So this is how we debug this. Well, this creation happened. Well, this creation was happening. Until something failed. Okay, so parameter when specifying stack details, exception, error card, duplicate resource exception when creating content flow operation. So I know what happened. What happened is when I ran this before, it created all the resources, the DynamoDB table, it imported the data, it created a flow, it imported into my Amazon Connect instance, and then when I went to do the delete failed, and I went and deleted the table and deleted a lambda. I deleted the Lexbot, um, and obviously I didn't delete the workflow. So here I am back in here, and this is where this is um, just so you know, if I go here now and say delete, delete delete initialized for this stack. I want this stack to be deleted. It probably won't happen successfully. So I'll have to go through and make sure everything is deleted. Now this is like I said, you don't want to be in this situation. And so but it's a good thing we're going through this. So let me see tables. Let me delete this table. I think it's already in the process. Hold on a second. It's not found because I'm deleting the stack and I've obviously removed it already. Okay. Now, the problem I think that the ultimate problem here is that when I go into flows, Looks like the flow is deleted too. Let me do this. Let me go in here and see if the flow is still available. Airline contact flow. So the stack doesn't seem to be deleting this. And when it goes to create it again, it has a problem. So let me see. And the problem is that it should create it because that this has versioning in it. So basically, when you publish, you have these versions. So you could see what's been going on here. Can I delete? I don't think I could delete this. Let me try to archive it. I don't know if this is going to solve the problem, though. It's a little bit unfortunate. Oh, I could delete it now. Okay, so I got to archive it before I delete it. So that's interesting. Okay, let's go back to this. So the table's gone, the stack. Where am I with the stack? There's no stack here, so the stack is removed. Let me go back and see where I'm at. This is definitely, I've been at this for about a half an hour now. Unfortunately, I know enough to know that what I'm experiencing is typical. But the good news is when I create this thing, let's make sure the bot's not there. Okay, when I go use this bot template, like I said, I want to create it, and I don't want any problems. I just want it to create successfully. So when the CloudFormation template runs, you can't have existing resources that were not deleted properly. That stack has to be clean. So that's the important thing to realize, that when you click this create button, you're running a stack. And the first time you run it, you shouldn't have any problem. But if you try to do it multiple times, you might have issues. So here I'm creating a stack. Like I said, stack name, business logic, function name, in the context flow row, and where does it ask me my connect instance name? Here. Do I still have it? Yes, I still have it. And I create the stack. Those of you who are into application development can understand that your stack gets, a stack that's automatically there for you there should work. You want to be able to manage the stack. So creating the resources, removing the resources, creating the resources, updating the resources. You want that to be a smooth transition when you're doing these things. And I'm in a particular account, so I'm not in and I have other Amazon accounts that stack has to work in. So let's just see what's happening here. Okay, so we go back here, and hopefully this will create properly. And let's see the stack. Let's see. Creating rows, tables, lambdas. We just want to see this creation complete. Now, like I said, I could go back over here and I could list my tables, dashboard tables. I see my table, there's no indexes yet. So, let's see here. Customer ID looks like the primary key. The secondary key looks like the record type. We could view table details and look at indexes. Uh, let's see, overview. Notice deletion protections off. You want that off because when you run this CloudFormation stack to delete, you've got to be able to delete it. Point in recovery is on. Table status is active. It's provision capacity. So let's explore items. Okay, so here the information tells you the customer ID is the partition key. The record type is the sort key, and that's just saying, okay, this ID is on a certain node, and this sort key is probably sorting within that node, and you're trying to do things optimally. And notice what goes on in here is the reservation details. So this is an interesting Lex spot. It's asking me a bunch of questions. The order is getting fulfilled, and the reservation is getting stored in DynamoDB. Okay, so let's go back to this Amazon Connect instance, and what I want to see is the flows. And I see my alias bot added to my Amazon Connect instance. And I don't see the Lambda functions here, which is okay. I figured they're called by the bots and it's not called by Amazon Connect directly. I'm going to assume that for the moment. Okay, so things are looking good. Let's go back to here. Where is it? Here. Okay, the crate is complete. That's good. And let me get out of here because I don't really want to look at CloudFormation. The stack is created. I want to focus on my Lexbot. So, and I just want to test this thing. Let's see, did the flow show up over here? Yeah, the airline's contact flow did show up. Now, if I go to just quickly, what I'm trying to verify here is where the lambdas are being used. So let's see if I say get customer input. It's getting it from the Lexbot. The Lexbot is asking the questions, getting the input. So the lambda is being accessed by the Lexbot. Let's just try to ignore that for the moment and simplify that as well. So I don't really want to look at that right now. What I want to do is go to my bots, look at my airline bot, and I want to go to the intent, and I want to test. But what do I want to test? I want to test the flight. Let's see what we have in our use cases here. So, okay, data set one, flight number. Let's check the flight status and see if that's a simple thing we can do. Check. So now this is a little disturbing because, okay, I didn't book the flight, so maybe the flight status doesn't work. Let's go and schedule a trip. Let's book a flight. Let me refresh this real quick. I don't understand this interaction. It shouldn't. That's more like it. Let me say book a flight. Do you have the frequent flyer account? Let me go into my, let me see if this works. Frequent flyer number. Last four digits of the credit card. Now it's asking me, is it a one-way or round trip? I'm going to say it's a one-way. What city are you departing from? Okay, departure city, Dallas. Sorry for cursing. I just think this is didn't really prepare for this because I want to make sure that it usually these things should handle any customer input. So, but you're right. I do have to book the flight first. So this is good. Okay, what are they asking me now? What are your destinations? What's my date? I don't know whether I should say the same thing. Let me just say the same thing. Okay, so now what I'm looking at is the date January 1st, 2026. I'm going to say 8 a.m. So this is SSML. This is uh, uh, supposed to give me some sound. Polly will give me some sound with this. I have my microphone plugged in. I don't know what this is supposed to do at the point. But it's asking me to make the reservation. Yes. Now what? The confirmation code is this. Okay. I just say yes, use my card on file. So, uh, first of all, you get the point of what's happening here. So, um, the bottom line is I created this bot, integrated with Amazon Connect. I'm not really testing Amazon. I don't, I'm not, well, I didn't intend to integrate this with Amazon Connect, but it gave me the option too, and the Lex bot is integrating with Amazon Connect. Now, the idea behind this is I'm testing right here. But the truth of the matter is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be able to talk via chat from my website. And I suppose this is an airline's website, and I'm like chatting. This widget itself is deployed into my React application, and it is communicating with my Amazon Connect. It happens to be with different Amazon account. But you can call in. So on this page, I could say, um, if there was a contact us page here, I would say, here's a phone number, and if you want to chat. You click on this link. Or I could show this widget on the bottom here, or do both. Um, so the bottom line is with this thing here, I'm just testing. I'm testing the intents, and each intent has is configured a certain way to talk to me. So, so like I said, when we looked at book a flight, we did have uh, context. Basically had a conversational flow. We could look at this sample conversational flow, and it would show me a sample conversation. I want to book a flight. You have a frequent flyer number? Thank you for verifying. Basically, it'll show you the whole interaction here. Now, let's see. Didn't ask. It looked up my credit card information, so it didn't ask me a bunch of questions about it. Um, anyway, let's minimize that for a minute. And we have the intent details to book a flight. And just to show you, some of this stuff can get complicated. Here we have the different utterances. Now, if I said I want to book a flight, which I did, it was asking me a bunch of questions. If I said I want to book a flight from departing city to destination city, I would it would take that information to move forward. If I want to book a trip, now if I said this, I need two traveler seats on this flight, destination city, or and that, it would take those three slot information and use it to move forward. So so this is a good example. It's pretty complete, but as you'll see, users can do anything. So there's no initial response. And here's your slots. Your slots, the information it needs, last four digits of the card, the trip type, departure city, destination city. And when you look at these things, the slot is just giving a type, a slot type. So the prompt is, what city are you departing from? And the customer has to enter the city name, and this is the type of the data, and this is the data that's being gathered. And you should be asking yourself, where is all this data going? Well, it's going into a Lambda, which is persisting this thing into DynamoDB. Um, and then possibly sending an email to the user. Where's the email address coming from? So you ask yourself a bunch of questions. This is a built-in bot template, so you gotta assume it's doing what it needs to do. Um, Notice the security code. It's a number. Okay, please enter the CVV number. Somehow my bot looked up my credit card. Maybe I booked a flight before my credit card was in the database. Who knows? Okay, unsuccessful fulfillment. Nothing happens. Response to the user. Thank you. You will receive a text with a link to complete the flight booking. Please click on the link and follow the instructions. Thank you for choosing this airline. And there's a Lambda code hook here. I mean, we know there's a Lambda persisting into DynamoDB. So, so anyway, this video is getting a little long. So let's. I'm glad we ran into some problems. We managed to correct them. And like I said, the interesting to understand is that this particular had to enter some of this data, um, but we had to look at the resources, and the CloudFormation created the resources, and probably an important aspect of this was the Amazon Connect and the integration with Amazon Connect. Notice, like I said, it's interesting because it you can create a Lexbot without integrating with Connect, but that ARN was mandatory. This ARN here, and like I said, if I go in here, like I said, the interesting thing is that when I went to flows, I had my airline's contact flow. Okay, so we did all this nice stuff. Now I will warn you and give you a heads up. If you go to delete this stack, this contact flow won't get deleted properly, probably because I just experienced that. The DynamoDB table, I did have to delete that explicitly as well. And the there was another problem I had with the Lambda, the importing of the contact flow. This this contact flow was imported and it wasn't deleted, and then there was other problems. But just keep in mind that that's you don't want to be there. You don't want to be there. You want this to be configured and you want it to work. So I will have to figure out what's my next step. The next step is uh, taking this Amazon Lexbot. If I wanted to use this, and I could export it and create a widget. Um, and so let's see what that might look like. Okay, so let me just go here. Third-party applications. Go back in here because I'm not finding it right now, but in order to have this widget show up in your application, you do have to go to you do have to take your chat and um, you do have to create a widget so that this chat is communicating with your flow. So I forgot where it is, but this flow has to be invoked by the chat. So let me see if there's here it is right here, communication widgets. So here is where you create a widget. Now I'm in the production environment right now. I'm logged in as this user. I should be contact center admin, and the bottom line is mm, but if I wanted to add a widget, let's see what happens here. The name of my widget is Chat uh, Airlines um, chat, and here's the contact flow. So it connect to the contact flow, and I can add. I don't know if I want web calling right now, but let's just see what happens with this. Web calling contact flow. I don't know why this was required. Let me see if this is required. It was required. All right, let me do that checked, and let me check on task main. So that's my calling workflow. When I call in with a phone number, that's my calling workflow. Let me just save this, and notice that it gives me the option of icons, the colors. It just so happened that my icon, yeah, I don't really care for this icon color. I should have used a different color, but that's temporary anyway. Let's see. See what happens when I change the color to this. Okay, and widget header, how can we help? And this allows you to test a widget. What I'm looking for is, I'm going to save and continue. Add required domains. Um, put home task IO. Add security for the communication request. Um, I'm going to say no because uh, the reason why I'm going to say no is because it'll just complicate things. So what's the truth of the matter? You're creating a contact center, and there's going to be authenticated users, going to be self-service users, and the bottom line is that yeah, you could have Okta and have users log in. You could use JW2 tokens, and yeah, that stuff should be done first, of course. You could use Cognito. You could say, I'm going to make this open. I'm going to make this purely a self-service. I don't want to manage users, authenticated users. They could whip out your credit card and do the transactions. I just don't care right now. And so I'm going to skip this method. And let's see what else I have here. Okay, so now what you wind up getting is the communication widget, which is down here. This code put it and paste it in each page of your website. And notice that this is what I did here. So I am connected to a widget. I am connected to a chatbot. I am connected to Amazon Connect, but it's in a certain Amazon account. It's in my development account. It's not in my production account. So just keep that in mind. And my official website is on my development account, my Amazon account. So this is my official Amazon Connect instance with my temporary uh, Lexbot. So just to let you know that that's where we are with that. So this is the code I need to copy and put in my code on the production environment. Now my application home task IO is not in my production account. It's in my development account. But just to let you know, this in my React app, I put it in a particular place. So this is the script. And notice this is the script. It's connecting to CloudFront and Amazon Connect chat interface script. And it's using certain attributes, Amazon Connect instance, etc. Okay, I didn't really plan on going through this because officially I'm not really there yet. I've got these temporary chats and different Amazon accounts, and I don't really have what I need and want yet. But since we were just doing a demo here of the Lexbot template, that's what you would have to do. You'd have to go here and make sure that you now take this code and copy it and put it in your React app on your front end in your production account if you want to use it to connect to your Amazon Connect instance to communicate. And this is fantastic. You could chat, you could have a call, etc. And notice it has my start button, which is a different color. So if I put that on if I could deploy this application on production, I could get it connected right away. But yeah, what'll happen is this icon would be a different color, and I could change the color of that icon whenever I want to. So anyway, that's really all I wanted to show you. It's a little bit tricky about where to go and what to do, but yeah. So there's a lot of options here, and if you don't try to do something high level here in the channels, you can create a communication widget. And so it's important that you know that. Okay, that's all we wanted to show now. Let's end this video before it gets way too long. Thank you for joining.